Browns fans, week 3 right around the corner. Second home game of the season as the Chicago Bears will come to town. So predict the score for me. Let me know what you got. Personally, this is a tough game, I think. This is a sneaky tough game because Justin Fields was just announced as the starter for Chicago. So Cleveland fans and probably a handful of Ohio State Buckeye fans there will be a little torn to see their saving grace at the quarterback spot come home and play in front of a bunch of Buckeye fans. So I don't really know what direction I'm even going for this one. I'm going to change my mind throughout the week. I'm going to take the Browns, but in a close one. Give me Cleveland 24, Chicago 22. That's what I'm rolling with. I could see the Bears winning, though. I think Justin Fields is just way too unproven, of course, unknown. You don't know what you're going to get out of him, so it could be a toss-up. Let me know what you're thinking, though, down in the comments below. Welcome into the Cleveland Browns Report. I'm your host, Matthew Peterson. Week 3 is up on deck, so we got a full preview lined up for you guys as the Browns welcome the Bears to First Energy Stadium. It's going to be a good one right here. Browns already 7-point favorites, which we're going to talk about our friends at BetUS later on in the video. I think that's a lot of points right there. Of course, you don't know what to expect out of Justin Fields, who makes his first start. Over, under, that nice middle ground. What are we looking at? 46.5. That's a toss-up one to me, kind of like the over, but the Bears' offense may hold him back if Fields can't move the ball down the field much in his first start. We'll see what happens, but that's the matchup on tap. 1 p.m. kickoff from Cleveland. Guys, listen, plain and simple, it's part of my job. I have to ask for subscriptions every single video. So instead of doing a usual sub-read, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to talk about the Muni lot because that was freaking awesome in week 2 against the Texans. Cars were lined up the night before, and I'm not a big fan of every single year the football is back tweets, posts every single week in August and going up to week 1. And then lately it's been nature is healing. But these two go hand in hand together, okay? Muni lot, best tailgate scene in America, no doubt about it. Football is back, nature is healing when the Muni lot is doing what the Muni lot does best. So if you love that little rant, you love my TED Talk about it, go ahead and subscribe right now to the Cleveland Browns Report. Guys, if you love the Browns, which I know you do, we're getting excited for week 3 as this preview is going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of things to talk about right here. The big story, though, coming out of all of Cleveland is the latest update on Odell Beckham Jr., who's trying to suit up to go, and it's a little unclear at this point. We've had a lot of things go back and forth. Here's what came out of his presser, and by his, I mean head coach Kevin Stefanski. Earlier today, he said Odell Beckham will be a full go in practice. So that's good news right there, okay? If you're playing in practice, you should be able to play in the game. But the fact that he can't commit to Sunday, I don't know if this is him just playing chess, doesn't want to show the Bears his full hand, or if he just genuinely doesn't know and it will come down to pregame warm-ups. It could go either way. I think it's a good sign, though, of course, that Odell Beckham Jr. is practicing. If you can practice, you should be able to play, especially when you are a full participant, nothing limiting you, no drills you can't do just yet. It's a little unclear if he will still play this Sunday, though. Listen, when they didn't put Odell on IR to start the season, that was a big telltale sign that he's going to play through one of the first 3 weeks of the season. Because if he wasn't going to be able to play, you might as well put him on IR and pick up another wide receiver on your depth chart. So it's a good sign right here. But the only bad thing for me, at least, personally, is just why can't you say he's playing Sunday? If you don't want to show the Bears your hand, I'm with it. I respect the game. Some people don't like that. Some people want all coaches just to be full transparent with injuries. I don't really care either way. I just wait till Sunday at kickoff to know. But if you guys think OBJ is playing in week 3, then go ahead and like this video. I think he is. There's been a lot of clues dropped all week long. OBJ on social media has been posting some pretty cryptic stuff. I think he is a go. I think this is just not wanting to eat your words if something happens in pregame warmups and he's not quite ready. But if you think he's playing, which I do, go ahead and drop a like on this video. Now, Bears weapons. Here's what to expect from the Chicago Bears. Here's to keep an eye on. Justin Fields, QB1. No Andy Dalton as he works through a knee injury. So the Red Rocket, his return to Ohio and face an AFC North team, which he has done time and time again. We'll have to wait. David Montgomery is just a beast, okay? We're going to talk about him later on in our keys to the game, but good luck trying to slow him down because the Browns surely need it. Allen Robinson looking for that extension. He's one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. And Darnell Mooney, he's a sneaky guy. All right, Chicago fans know him. He's super fast. He can stretch the field. He can beat you off the whistle, so off the snap. So Darnell Mooney is not someone you want to just play lightly with. But the big story, Justin Fields. The reason why we're talking about him so much is, why aren't we talking about him so much? He was one of the biggest quarterbacks drafted this past year. Of course, the Ohio State Buckeye took Ohio State to the national championship game. So, of course, his first start is in Ohio against a bunch of Browns fans that most likely rooted him on throughout the entire college football season last year. Fields, a very exciting player. Bears fans excited to get him over Dalton, no doubt about it. But here's what my analysis is. It's hard to predict what to expect from Fields because we don't know what kind of playbook he's going to have to work with. Is Matt Nagy just going to do a lot of simple stuff, play action, a lot of run packages, not going to push it down the field? I've got no clue. What I do have to work with is what Matt Nagy did with Mitch Trubisky, the last QB1 who was a rookie he had to work with. And he didn't really give a huge playbook out there. He didn't stretch the field a ton, and that was partially due to Mitch Trubisky's inability to have accuracy down the field. We don't know what to expect. Unfortunately for the Browns, it's either a good or bad thing. They're the guinea pigs, and Fields is going to start a tremendous NFL career against them, or he's going to go through growing pains. Anyway, defensive coordinator Joe Woods, this is your time right here, okay? You've been under some pressure after 2 weeks, haven't put up the best numbers defensively so far. Look for these guys to have a great game because simply they need it. Myles Garrett, no sacks last week. I'm not all concerned about that simply because if you could take a day off and still get a win, fine by me. Denzel Ward, he's looking for that big contract extension, and he sure hasn't played like it through 2 weeks of the season. Now, granted, it's come against players like, Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes, but the Texans, they did a little work on him. John Johnson, you got the bag this offseason, dude. Come on now. He just shut down this Bears offense. And Clowney, I think, has been sneaky good. He's always been a good run stopper for a defensive end. You'd like to see him get after the quarterback a little more, which he's been doing. But when you're playing David Montgomery in this Bears run game, you sure could use all the help you can on the run game. What's your biggest concern on defense, Browns fans? Tell me what it is down in the comments. Joe Woods is not a popular name right now. I think it's still really early. It's been 2 weeks, all right? I know it's fun in the get-go and the early goings of the season, but it's hard to really draw a lot of stats because there's only 2 weeks. That's a small sample size. Use your eye test. Just watch the game and then go, what did I like and what didn't I like? Let me know. What are you concerned about defensively for the Browns taking on this Bears offense? Browns fans, we've got you guys hooked up over at BetUS. That's our sportsbook partner. You've heard us talk about them before. We've got a great deal for you. Use the link at the bottom of your screen right there, chatsports.com/bet. Plug in that promo code Browns125. They're going to hook you guys up with a 125% deposit bonus. In English, you put $100 in, you've got $225 to throw across your 8-legged parlay. That's a guarantee hit because we all know how that works. And you won't be crying at halftime of the first half of the games, the noon slate of games, because your parlay's up in flames. Check them out, BetUS, promo code Browns125 after using the link chatsports.com/bet. All right, injury update time on Baker Mayfield. The guy's a warrior. Why are we not talking about this more? Is no one else just blown away by the fact that Baker Mayfield kind of popped his shoulder in and out and is unfazed and is not even in doubt to play next week? Didn't miss an offensive snap. I thought he would at least miss a couple series, if not weeks. But no, here's what he had to say about it afterwards. Baker Mayfield, how his left shoulder felt from Cameron Justice, a Browns beat reporter. It's good. Hanging in there, attached still. Is that what we're looking for? Just attached? As long as it's there, we're good to go? I mean, this sounds like a Halloween costume where you lose an arm and you're not really there. What are we talking? This is just mind-blowing to me, the fact that he's this tough. I could never. Hand up. Could never. So props to Baker, and he's unfazed, and it really sets a tone for the rest of the team. It's tough to imagine the pain he went through, and it kind of pops in and out, and you just kind of go back in the game and run for a touchdown that series. All right. Next thing up here, keys to the game for the Cleveland Browns and the Chicago Bears Week 3 matchup. My first key to the game, double dip in pads. What does that mean? David Montgomery is huge after contact. That's where he racks up so much, okay? So you got to put on 2 sets of shoulder pads when you're going up against Montgomery. The first hit is not going to take him down. This Browns defense needs to be tough. They cannot settle for arm tackles against Montgomery. This is nothing new, okay? Montgomery, look at the stats here. I've got it right in front of me. 56 yards this season before contact. After contact, 113. He's doing most of his damage during the hardest stretch of a running back's job, which is after contact. Do not settle for arm tackles, Browns defense. You got to bring the lumber. Second key of the game, send cornerback Kendall Vildor into therapy. That's right. Abuse him so much through the air that he needs to go see a therapist on Monday, because this is the weak link of this Bears defense that came out to play in Week 2 after a horrible performance in Week 1 against the Rams on Sunday Night Football. But Vildor, he's CB2 opposite of Jalen Johnson, who's one of the better cornerbacks only in his second year in the NFL. So what do? Attack this guy. Just make him pay. He's led up over 100 yards so far through 2 weeks. No one else on this Bears defense has led up over 100. No one's close to 100, really. But Vildor, he's the guy to target, attack, make him be on the wrong side of this. Listen, after this game, Vildor needs to take a hard look himself in the mirror, because I expect to see DPJ, Anthony Schwartz, Rashard Higgins just all over him, because OBJ will be taken on by Jalen Johnson. So let the other wide receivers 2, 3, and 4 just make Vildor pay. Third key of the game right here, keep Baker Mayfield upright. There's nothing fancy about this one. When your shoulder kind of pops in and out, you're already teetering for getting some serious shoulder damage. It is up to this offensive line for the Browns to keep him moving. And this Browns offensive line has been pretty good so far this season. Unexpected, of course, one of the best in the NFL. Got some injury updates, though, on this one right here. Just practice stuff, okay? So Chris Hubbard, triceps. He did not practice today, and by today, I'm filming this on Wednesday. J.C. Treader also did not practice with the knee injury. Jedrick Wills still battling that ankle injury. He also did not practice. Quick shout-out, though, to J.C. Treader. He's the NFLPA, all right, Players Association president. He is battling to get this stupid taunting rule out of the game. Every single person agrees on this. No one asked for this. It's like how no one asked for more Adam Sandler movies post-2012, okay? Stop it. Get rid of it. They are doubling down on this. I don't know why. No one wants it. So J.C. Treader, thank you for fighting the good fight and trying to get rid of this stupid no-fun league rule, which everyone is against. I don't know who's for. I really can't point to someone who's been like, this is great for football. We needed this. No, we didn't. It sucks. All right, that's my TED Talk right there. Let me know, though, to wrap up the video, what key did I miss for this game? Sound off in the comments. What do you think is key for the Browns to pick up their second victory of the season in Week 3 against the Bears?